When you look back at the things that you were talking about when you were a kid or like younger and stuff.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like even in high school, like who gives?
I miss those
a crap?
days because
You know what
that's
I mean?
when we had real creativity. We just talk about random stuff. It didn't matter.
That's true. That's true. But like
Now
some
it's like
things that we would value, it was just like, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. And then now as adults, I don't know. There's like,
it's sad.
I don't know. Sometimes it's sad. Yeah.
Everybody.
Because then you get older and like me and my friend, the one me and him would always talk like while we were working.
Yeah. I know it is.
So he like, we talked about it and we were like, bro, he's like, yo, I feel myself getting older. And I was like, what brought that up? Because I know that he was going through some health stuff and I was like helping him. I actually helped him lose weight and like make all these life changes. Yeah. And then he got a lot better. Like he had like high blood pressure and all this stuff. And then he brought it down and he's doing a lot better now. And his family, he even incorporated all the things that I recommended in his family, and it like changed a lot. But we were talking about, he's like, bro, I feel so old. And I was like, why do you say that, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Like, where does this come up? And I was thinking maybe like it had to do with the medical stuff. And he was like, dude, because now we're over here, like I catch myself like having conversations with people about prescriptions and about like our diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like
it's always medical
and stuff. And I was like, dang.
That's another thing.
That's how you know. He's like,
that was
every
constant,
time,
actually.
like he was like, I catch myself like every time we're talking, like to catch up with somebody, it's like, oh, they got cancer.
Man.
Like diabetes, like high blood pressure, all this stuff.
High cholesterol. I gotta stop eating.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't have that much sodium, like all this stuff. And he's like, bro, there's no other topics I've talked about,
sad.
like with other people. And he's like, I feel so old. And I was like, dang, homie, like that's real. That's so real.
Bruh. Man, I just feel like it's just so boring. Like I miss the days where it's like I said, where we would just talk about random stuff. Like it would just come out of our head.
I do, but that makes me crazy. Apparently.
No, but bro, when we do, that's what makes it interesting.
One guy thinks I'm actually nuts at work.
Oh yeah, I remember you said.
Yeah, just because I was talking about
random stuff. That's just called creativity.
That's just
literally.
Me. Like I was like, you never think that hard. Like you don't think. And he was like. He just looked at me.
Their mind is like,
and he was like,
a blank room.
Yeah, he was like, didn't know how to respond. And then my friend,
see, that's sad to me.
She knows how I am, and she was like, whatever you're on, I want some of it. I was like, it's literally nothing.
No wonder
like,
people be getting jealous, bro.
Forever have thought that like, I don't know, like that I'm on drugs or something, and I'm really not.
Yeah,
it's just
especially the one video we did. That was pretty funny, man. The fruit one.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes sense though. Like when you watch it back, it makes a lot of sense. But
like I get it, but I'm like, you've never just
like even in high school, bro. Like even mom when we were in high school, like when we were just being in the room laughing. But the thing is, we would just be laughing. We would just be talking, laughing legitimately, and she would just think we're high all the time. Literally, it's true.
And it's true, but it's just looking back.
Or looking back at how dumb it was. We would be laughing until like 3 a.m. We were just talking about random stuff. We still do it.
But I'll never forget our dance party in the room. And when I had the foam airplane that I got from the dollar store.
What happened though? Yeah, I remember that.
I was just like dancing with it and jumping off. We were jumping off.
Didn't it? Oh, it broke the mirror? No, that was
No. That was that was a whole other thing.
That was with some friends.
That was a party.
That was pretty funny.
Love you, Vicky and Tori and Natalie and Jessica.
That was hilarious. That was so much fun, man. I loved when they would come around and hang out.
But
it's hilarious.
Boy, was it a great time.
Yeah. But the airplane.
Yeah, I had like the foam airplane. I don't know why, like that was such a magical moment. And I remember you being like, dude, people would think we're nuts.
Oh,
you remember now?
I remember. And I remember because you were legitimately like, oh my God, now I remember. Now I was like, dude, yeah, this is why people think we're high.
And my best, like
children.
My old best friend or whatever that I had known for over 10 years. He would always tell me, he was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I never know you. Like I never fully know you.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I constantly am learning something new about you because I don't feel like I fully know you. Like, and we were at the pool one time and I think you were there. I think that you were there at the pool with us, or
Which
maybe
pool,
it was
though?
somebody
What
else.
place was the pool?
It was in his neighborhood.
What neighborhood? No.
The last one. So it was.
No, but like, who is it? I'm trying to figure out who it is without you saying the name.
It's
Honestly, as long as I
Dang.
remember to bleep it, just say it.
okay.
What? Block your mouth though. Just say it though. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now I know who it is.
okay. So
We just don't want to exploit anybody.
yeah.
So
So it was.
For
I'm pretty
security.
sure you were there. And I'll just be myself or whatever. But I feel like I don't know when you're around your siblings or you know.
was
like
it when there was the
around-
waterfall?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember he was like, "I've never seen this side of you. Like, you're just."
I'm surprised coming from
And I was
him,
I was
though?
surprised too. I was like,
I feel like why? How would he not? I thought
But-
he really knew you better than.
yeah, I
anybody at
thought
that
so
point.
too.
Like
Honestly,
better than
in some
anybody.
ways that you will never know me.
Yep.
He does know me. That's
Yeah,
for
I know.
sure.
You told me.
So he knows me very well, but
Yeah, you guys were like best friends for a while.
not that for years.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
whatchamacallit? Yeah, that was a crazy day. And I remember he was like, I've never seen you like act like this. Like you just like you just surprised me. You took me by surprise because
That just
I
makes
feel like I
no
just don't know you. And he was like, Marybeth, how do you have the job that you have?
Dude, I remember asking that.
And
a
I
lot.
remember
would
you
say
asked
to
me
you,
that a
yeah.
lot. And I was like,
I'd be like, do
"That's so
they know who
crazy."
you are? Like, do they know?
'Cause-
No, but even
but you know
I'm
what's
like
funny?
that though, because you
Even
know me at
Jose-
my
I don't know if we should bleep that out, but
Jose's cool.
yeah, he's cool. So
Yeah.
we talk about it. I'm like, we're nuts.
We're just nuts.
And then we have like these jobs that are just like require you to be really serious and professional. And people just don't get even I don't get it, to be honest with you.
Well, for me, it's not as professional anymore.
Sometimes.
I will be as professional as because I don't want to lose that. But well, I guess I can't say.
That's one thing I take very serious, yeah.
Well, at my other job, the technology one, like I just remember that. Well, I mean, I don't know. See, it's confusing. I never thought about that. It's not really. I don't think it's a bad thing to say, unless I talk smack, which I probably would.
Just
At
don't
some
talk
point.
smack.
Yeah. So basically, I worked at that place or whatever. And my old job, like I would be like super professional, like to everyone, and even like the managers knew me, and I would, because I mean, obviously you want to portray yourself in the most professional way, and then over time, you get to know them, and then they start to get to know the real you. So like, it was. I remember it was funny because then that's when they're like, "Yo, I didn't know you like talk this much," and I'll talk like insanely, and then that's when they really knew me. When I was like, dude, I would just be talking like crazy, but then as soon as a customer came, I'd be like, "Hi, like, how are you doing? How can I help you today?" Like, and then it changes completely.
Yeah.
It's like being from this to literally like, "Hi, how you doing? My name is Norman. I'm, how can I help you today? Oh, you'd like to do this? Oh yeah, let me help you out with your order. Give me one moment. Let me just pull this up." Like it's that voice,
Yeah.
the customer service voice that you do, it's like, it's so funny. Everybody does it. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it is
There's tons of
a thing.
TikToks now about it. I saw one the other day that was really funny of some guy who was like, "Oh, like." It's like when you're at work, compared to when you're like when you're at home or something, or like when it hits 5,
Yeah.
and the guy's just like, he's like at the water cooler, he's like, "Oh my god," like like it's like super
Yeah.
fake, and then it's like 5, and he looks and he's like, and then he just like leaves, and he's just out. So
So real.
pretty funny.
So real. But like, yeah, I guess the conversations they change over time though. Like,
Oh, yeah, that
with
was the whole
years
point.
and whatnot. No, like
Yeah.
with age, you just start talking about different stuff, and it's like next thing you know, you have a family. You're just talking crap about your kids.
Bruh.
That's a thing too.
And then
that
what
I
it becomes, the
noticed.
kids talking about their lives at school.
Yeah.
And then you probably get stories. Because as parents, what do parents talk about with mom and dad? They always talk about us. Oh, yeah, he told me at
that's so
school
true.
this happened. It's always about your
gosh,
kid.
that's
It's
so
always about the
true.
kids and what the kids are telling you. Wow, it's like the cycle, bro. Because now we're in the kind of in the middle where, well, at least for me, I feel like I have nothing.
You know
what I mean?
one thing
we're
that,
just
like-
working. We don't have like kids. We don't. I mean, I have a relationship, right? Like, I was gonna say, I'm like, wait, you don't know? Psych. No,
You
but
freaking jerk. No, I don't care.
no, but yeah, like. I mean, I have that, which is great, and I guess we just haven't done stuff. We're just always working, busy, so
Yeah.
it's tough to have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah. But I think like something that I thought about though, because you know how you have like those conversations about your kid and whatever. I think about when I do have kids and getting like webbed into the drama, like the child drama. Because the like
child drama. Oh, between the kids?
Between the kids.
Oh, like who to
because
believe?
The thing is, I have this natural nosiness. Just is what it is.
Yeah, you
like
do.
I just can't help it.
That'll
like,
probably be good for you because
I'm
then
just
you'll
like-
get to be a part of all the tea.
I know.
What
So,
do you say?
but my thing is, I'm like, oh man, like, may the Lord send me a husband that holds me back, because not in like an aggression way, but is just like, because I don't see myself, I'm not really an aggressive person at all, but I think that like I would need my husband to be like, stay out of the drama, just because I wouldn't know, I wouldn't be the one, like the parent to be like, catch me outside, la, la, la. Like try to mess with my kid. I would be like, let's
maybe we
this
will.
in like
Who knows? Because I feel like
know,
people be protective. Anyways.
I'll be like, let's just talk about this. Like, let me talk to your parents. Let's like meet up, whatever, and like have a conversation.
I see
Like
that.
I don't see like throwing hands. That's just not me.
Yeah.
but-
That's just like
Or just
extra.
like getting sloppy and like saying stuff to a child that's
what do you
just
mean?
like, how old am I kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what I do see happening is like me getting involved in the drama, but not being involved,
And
but
getting
like
caught.
getting in the middle of it, because I'd be like, okay, honey, like, please tell me what's going on. Like, you can talk to me because I'm your mom or whatever. Like, it's okay. I'm not going to judge free zone. Like, just tell me what's
You
happening, what's happened. And then they're going to tell me and I'm going to be like, okay.
Maybe you should know.
Like that kid right there. And they're like, yeah, the one that's a few feet away. And I'm going to be like, and then I know that I would be like, all right, let me try to have a conversation with them. And then I'd be like, hi, fulano,
you don't know
fulana de tal.
anything.
Like, so I'm, this person's parent, whatever.
I'm
and as you know,
Becky's mom.
I'm Becky's mom, and she just told me that this happened. I want to hear your side. Like, I really want to know, what happened, if you can tell me. And then I feel like they would tell me what happened. And whether or not it's my kid's fault or their fault, whatever the case may be, I'd be like, and then
You're
I
just
wouldn't
more
know.
invested in the story. You're
And
like,
then
"Hey,
I would
don't
probably
know."
go to like the next person. Then I wouldn't even have to go, because you know how kids are. They come up to you
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
like, "Let me tell you what happened." Let me
Yeah,
tell-"
'cause I mean,
So
as kids,
this
we like
happened
to
and this
tell people
happened and blah, blah,
everything,
blah, and
especially
they're like
when it's
pointing
tea.
fingers. And I feel like I would just
God.
listen to all of them, and I would be like, "Okay, I understand where they're all coming from." And then I'd just be like, "I don't know what to do, bro."
Oh, you guys got to side with your kid.
Well,
Well, if you really, I don't know.
but I'm
You
not
know
gonna
what?
be.
It's tough,
I'm not
though.
gonna be like I don't. I always want to be fair.
Yeah.
Because my kid could be you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
could be in the wrong.
But that's what I'm
completely.
saying, like,
I'm not going to
it's
be that
hard to
parent
know,
that's like,
'cause,
my
bro,
kid told me the truth.
Yeah.
La, la,
And then
'cause
you turn out
what
to be
if it-
wrong,
you
and
know
then
what
it's
I mean?
even
Like,
worse.
nah, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna try to, find some common ground. If you gotta apologize, you gotta apologize. But like, we're gonna try to be fair as I can be, even if
Tough,
that means,
though.
not siding with my kid. But I've been thinking about that, and I'm like, dang, that'd be stressful. Because even when we were getting older, like when I was a freshman, like because of the kids in the neighborhood, we all would hang out. And I remember the younger kids coming to me, like the little kids, and they would tell me all their drama. And I was just like, they'd be like, go tell her or whatever, because they said that they're going to beat me up and blah, blah. And I was just like,
Dude.
are they really? Like
God,
in my
they're
mind,
just
I was like,
talking about
they're
it.
just talking.
They're just barking.
But then they wanted me to like come up with a solution, and I was just like, I'm here to hear it all, but to do something, I'm like, I don't
ooh, now
know.
you're
This
putting me in a different
is a
position.
different position. I'm just
Yeah.
not
I don't.
ready
It's a
for
little
this
too
promotion.
invested.
I
Like this isn't. I don't want to get. I
I
don't
just
want to
wanted
cause
to
more
know,
trouble.
like, because I'm nosy. I really just wanted to know.
Dang.
And then it's like, dang, the what is it? The cost of knowing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because then you have to get involved. Now that you like, oh yeah, I'll listen. Because then you listening is like them thinking you're going to side with them.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right.
So it's like, oh yeah. But you know, oh yeah. So if you've made it this far, I know that we haven't said it. Our little intro. I'm probably just going to play the intro music in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And because it makes sense, we've just been talking here. So it just, I mean, I don't know. We're just talking.
That's true.
We're very tired, but
yeah. All right. Welcome to Mary and Norm's podcast. Episode 6.
Or yeah, 6. Dang, man. No, I mean, we're still here.
Still alive.
I guess in that case, I'm not putting the intro music in the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put it in the beginning anyways. I just feel like it's pretty funny how long of an intro that is.
Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about saying that. So
yeah. No, I realized after, I'm like, oh my
editing.
God.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So basically,
you lost your train of thought.
No, but
there it goes. Flying.
There it goes, flying away.
Flying away.
No, but being a kid and like, you know, having to
getting
deal
involved in the drama.
getting involved in all the
oh
drama. Oh my God, dude. You know what? And that's
that's one of my weaknesses. Is literally I'm so nosy sometimes that I get myself in these situations where I'm like, I don't know what to do. And even as an adult.
Dang,
people just confide in me, just like not me boasting, but I'm just like I don't know what it is about me. Like I've just been like that my whole life, where people just confide in me, and I'm like, why are you? At my job,
people would always tell me all types of stuff. Like my old coworkers would tell me like that. They were
like, I'm also like, tell me, but like also like.
I wouldn't.
You're telling me.
See, I don't like I always like to say that I don't like gossiping, because sometimes it's like bad gossiping and it makes me feel bad. I'm like, I'm not trying to like talk crap or nothing. Like,
yeah, that's where I'll straight up tell them like.
But at the same time though, sometimes it's like when you hear people talking crap about other people, I'm like, I'll listen. Like, I just want to know what you think. Or like I want to know what's going on. Like, oh, like that's going on between you guys. Like, dang. I remember like in the other job I worked at or whatever. I remember. Man, I don't talk to them. It's been like years and years and years. Like they were only there for a little while that they had worked there. Anyways, man, that's kind of tough to say. Basically, it was just bad stuff that they did.
Yeah.
That and yeah, so people would be telling me all types of stuff that I would be like, oh, and then one guy from my first job, oh my God, I loved him so much. The guy that I told you reminds me of your friend. That I was like, oh, I had a friend that was like that. Yeah. And so like he would also tell me all the time, like about him, like with other ladies and stuff. And he would always tell me the stories like, bro, check out. And he would show me the texts of like him being like smooth. No, but like it was legit where he would show me like, see, this is like, I'm like, I don't know. It's just, it wouldn't, at this point, it doesn't matter. Like no one would ever know who he is. But because I don't even remember I know his name, but I couldn't even find him. I tried looking him up online. I can't even remember like his full name or anything. But yeah, he would show me like his messages and like him. He'd be like, no, man. He's like, this is how you got to be, bro. Take notes. He'd be like, take notes, man. Take notes. And he would, and it would be him being smooth or whatever. And then he would be like, oh, yep, she just sent me a picture, Norman. like there it is. It's that easy. He's like, bro, you got to know how to play. Like, he was so funny though. He was super nice. He was really such a nice guy, but such a player. Like, but he was hilarious. I really loved him. Anyways, yeah, people confiding in you and like telling stories and all the tea that happening at work, but especially when it involved like employees, bro. And the place, the technology place I worked at or whatever, like was so big at the time. There was like 100 employees. Like I'm pretty sure I remember it was a crazy amount of employees because it was a huge place. And I remember that was so crazy because we all knew each other. Like in a like after so long, like other people that had stayed for that long, we all knew. Like we knew who was new, and we knew all the people that had been there since we all like started. So yeah, it was a whole thing knowing tea between the managers and between like different coworkers, like and stuff going on. Like, and when you would see those coworkers next to you, when they had to like.
When you
like,
saw
they
it
had
confirmed,
to, no, but like,
have you seen it confirmed where you were like, oh no, I don't.
Oh, when people were salty to each other, and I'd be like,
and you're like,
yeah,
oh shoot,
yeah, but it's fun times. Tea is fun,
yeah,
but it can be toxic.
It can. But I think it's mainly like I don't know that the environment for sure of like, I mean, office jobs. I think.
I think that's even more like it makes sense. The whole cubicle thing and being with so many people that is like, hey man,
Yeah. I think honestly at any job, but I remember like I worked retail before, never had drama like that. I think that
You didn't work in a big enough place.
The only time was when I was working at 2 different stores, and then like I had like a new boss, like a secondary boss.
Yeah.
And she did not like me whatsoever.
Dang.
And that's
I thought you meant you
reason
found
that
out.
I ended up. No, that's the reason I ended up leaving.
You confronted them, didn't you? I remember.
Yeah,
you talking
I confronted her
about it.
and I made her cry the day that I quit.
You told me about it. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Where she felt really bad.
Yeah, because she was like, she was
being mean to you for no reason, right?
She wasn't correct. Like she was just making up stuff.
Oh.
And I called her out on it. And then I wasn't messy at all. Like that's one thing I can do is I can really be extremely professional and mature and still make somebody cry. Like I don't need to be messy at all. And so I did that, and I ended up leaving that job because of her, because I was like, I really can't. And at the same time too, I was going to school. I was going to Valencia College full time. I was working at Chick-fil-A too, because my best friend, we were like, when are we going to be able to work together?
And our sister
Linda.
Linda
was working there. Well, Linda just joined, but the reason that I even got that job, because I really didn't need it. I was like, it was just for fun, because I knew that
work with your friend.
Me and her wouldn't be able to work together in the future, because she was going to be a nurse and stuff. And we were like, let's take advantage now and just whatever. And I was like, well, I already have this other job, I had 2 other jobs. And then just because I don't know why I just like overwork myself. And so I ended one, and then I worked at that one, and then I worked at Chick-fil-A, and I was going to school full time. How the heck was I doing that? And I wasn't coming home. Like, I was partying a lot, so I literally wouldn't come home. I think you
just had all the energy.
Yeah, I wouldn't come home till like 5 a.m. Had class at 7. Looking back, how the heck did I manage to, 1, get great grades?
Yeah.
And 2, stay alive.
I don't know. I feel like it was easy because you know how school was like BS back then.
In that job,
like it wasn't. No, like when you think about it now, especially in my school, wasn't that crazy. Like compared to, I've always said since high school, like I'm like, dude, working to me is more work because you're actually having to do like more. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, that's a whole thing. I guess. I mean, school is hard. Yeah. I'm not gonna, because when people actually do real school, maybe that's what it is. I didn't do nothing like super crazy, but at least like high school and stuff, right? Like I'm like, like it wasn't too crazy, really, like really to be able to pass. But I didn't do terrible though. I did like I didn't do terrible.
I was just trying to remember.
My senior year was the worst. My senior year was the worst because obviously that senioritis just hit hard.
Was that what it was?
That hit hard, man. No, that hit hard, bro. I'm telling you, like for real.
You were living life.
I was living life on the edge, and
like I will say, on the edge that I was like, "Are you gonna graduate?"
I didn't regret it because I really feel like that year was what made me like who I really am.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot, and I think I experienced a lot, and it helped me kind of get an idea of who I wanted to be and. Like how I want to like how I want to present myself and like how to be real. I think to me it was really how to be real and how to enjoy yourself and really, which is tough now because I feel like I've gotten away from that mentality. Like back then, after that, I really felt so good about like I didn't care about what people thought about me and about what I was doing. And like to me, I was like, you know what? Like the only people that like the only thing that matters that would be against me as myself, I guess, in a way where I'm like, you know what, like if anyone's gonna be going against me, like I don't want it to be me. That's the only thing I don't want, right? Like anybody else can go. Does that make sense? Anybody else can go against me, but what matters is that I don't go against myself. That's a better way of putting it. So I just didn't care what people thought of me. I didn't care of what people like what they saw me doing, and I remember it was so much fun, and that made me a lot more like free and like. And I guess it's tough because these days it's different. It's like now I feel more isolated and like I isolate myself a lot. And now I feel like I do care about those things more. And I know you shouldn't. Like you shouldn't, because in reality, like everybody's living their own life, and it's different for everyone. But that's a whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
no, I think like
just a thought.
just looking back, it hit me, that feeling of just like I really don't care. I'd say junior year, like
oh yeah, for you it was earlier. For you it was definitely earlier, bro.
Because my thing is that I was very like I was extremely hard on myself. Like I'm still that person. I'm very hyper like critical. If somebody's criticizing me, I've already criticized myself for that and more. So it's like I'm very critical of myself. And I was like that a lot in school. People would be like, they knew me as that person that just did everything perfect, didn't really want to do it, like hang around bad people, didn't want to go to parties, didn't want to drink, didn't want to smoke, like all those things, like rebellious things, I guess you can say, people knew was off the table for me completely. And so
we were all like that.
I was just
like
I was just extremely like focused. I was like, I'm gonna do well in school, I'm gonna be like a good human being, and I don't want anything else out of this experience. And so funny enough, the person that pushed me to just not care was one of my sisters. I thought you were gonna
say me.
No, it was part of it. It was at church.
Oh yeah.
Iglesia Nueva Vida. I had a friend or whatever that I made that Linda was into. And what? Yeah, and me and him, we got pretty close because he was really cool. He would catch gators and put them in community pools and stuff.
Oh,
and you remember him?
My God! Wait, no, but he didn't go to a Spanish church. Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else for sure.
He went to Iglesia Nueva Vida. Literally.
But it was a super white guy.
Super white guy.
Blonde hair. Because the one I'm thinking of,
dirty blonde. Probably my color. My hair color.
Yeah.
Back then.
And tall.
Mine was lighter. I think it's gotten a little darker.
But like.
Yes, super tall.
I don't want to out it.
He looked like
it's so long ago.
Like the AC guy.
Like. Oh no! So I'm
not the old AC guy.
I'm
the
thinking
one
about
that
like middle school. Maybe even high school, but like beginning like hillbilly type of guy. Not trying to be.
Yes, that's the one.
That did not look like the AC repair guy.
You don't think so?
No, because that kid looked like not like the AC guy. That's what I'll say.
Maybe we're not talking about the same guy.
Super fun guy, hilarious guy. I don't know. Maybe because I remember you talking about this guy before.
He had like
catch
a buzz
gators
cut.
And he was crazy.
I had a buzz cut.
He was nuts and had a southern accent, like a super southern accent. Bro, I don't know. We'll talk about it for too long.
All right, well,
but I think I know who you're talking about, but I'm not sure. And if it is, then that
he would talk to me all the time,
sense.
And I would tell him. He asked me about school and whatnot. Yeah. I was like, yeah, like it's pretty chill or whatever. He's like, oh well, what do you do outside like of school and whatever? Like I used to play sports and I did this. Like I think he was in football and all this stuff, which honestly added up. And he would tell me stories and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I'm in choir. And then I'm like, I did like astronaut challenge.
Oh my God.
Like I would tell him about the stuff that I did. And he was like, what do you do for fun? Like I would help with the Future Farmers of America.
Yo, I wish I would have done that,
honestly. I helped. I wasn't fully, I was kind of in it, not really. I just volunteered willingly. Like I was there a lot. And then
you were there a lot.
I was there a lot.
I would go too because I would go there after school when you were there
all the time.
Yo.
And then I helped the vet program because they needed to like groom dogs, so I would help like wash them and stuff. And then anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, but
that's how it is.
But yeah, so I told him like the stuff I would do and he's like, oh well, have you ever skipped class? And I was like, oh, I would never do that.
Bruh.
I told him, I was like, I would never.
I did see you.
I was like, dude, I would never do that. That's so bad. And he was like, listen.
Morals.
He's like, Mary Beth, I've listened to you. Tell me your stuff. And I know that you love God and whatever. And you want to be like whatever. He's like, I wish. Well, actually, he did everything. So it didn't even whatever. But he's like, if I can give you a piece of advice, as someone that is older. Yeah, just live a little. It's like you're gonna realize it was not that serious.
Yep.
And he was like skip at least one time. And I was like, all right, well, I have to plan what class. Like, I can't just skip any class. And he was like, figure it out and skip class. So I started like looking at my classes and figuring out like which one can I like, you know, put to the side for a period. And then it just came to me because we were in it was the PE class, but it was like health class, like that's what I called it.
Hope. I hated it.
Yes.
I forgot what it's called. So much because it was
trying
forced.
to figure it out. I was like, I didn't want to
do that.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta figure out what class I'm gonna skip. And I'll never forget that day where the teacher, she's like, next week Monday we're gonna do the mile run.
Oh, I hated it so
and
much.
It was clear as day to me.
You could just walk
I was
it,
like,
but
that's the period I'm gonna skip. That day, I'm not doing that.
Oof.
And so I had planned it the way that we had lunch set up. There was like an A lunch and a B lunch. And so you had one or the other. Everyone that a lot of the people that I knew, my close friends, were in A lunch and I was in B lunch. So during A lunch, I would be in Hope, like the class or whatever. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in A lunch. No one's going to know. That's what I'm going to do. So I did it one time. And then I was like,
unless you see the teacher
I didn't
later,
die.
like in the hallway.
Yeah, like I didn't die. I was fine.
Yeah, because the anxiety, that's what would hit
Yeah, because I was so anxious.
like
I was like,
that you're
gonna
get like
they're gonna know.
Expelled.
And my friends, they were like, dude, we do
referral.
this all the time. It's not, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And I was like, all right.
I got detention once. I just remembered.
I got it several times.
I got it literally once, which was so dumb. And like but like, yeah, no, I'm just interrupting. But literally just went to the detention thing and it was just eating during lunch. Everyone was chill. They even let us be on our phones.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't, but the thing was, I think I remember it was awkward because I didn't have a phone. But like, I was just sitting there eating lunch and then just doing nothing. But then the teachers, like, they didn't give a crap. They were just talking and they were chilling. They're like, just stay here. You can't leave like until after. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. So after that one time that I skipped class, I was like, wow, I didn't die. And then I started doing more. And it just like, it became, Hope class. And then it became Hope class, the class after that, and the class after that. And then I just left the school.
Oh, yeah. Man, you'd be skipping like crazy,
and then
bro.
It was like, oh, well, I have this other, like, oh, my first period class, I have this exam or whatever. And honestly, I just need an extra day. Skip that class. And it just became a
bad habit.
A bad habit.
It's so easy for teachers to see.
And
though,
then
that
the
you
semester,
were in other classes.
The semester, like at the mid semester, whatever, when you get, or the end of the quarter, you get your progress report. And they're like, okay, you have to have your parents sign this.
Bro.
I look at that baby.
They always said that.
And there's lines of absences in each class. I didn't know this.
It shows.
So when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God.
Bro, mom and dad didn't even read it. They didn't understand
I see the inconsistency of the numbers, like drastic. And I was like, oh shoot. I'm like, I have to fix this. Ended up ghetto photoshopping it so that my parents wouldn't know. So I made it look like even numbers. I figured it out. Is what I did.
Easy.
It was so easy.
I did it for my friend multiple times. Which I was like,
senior year, then I was working my senior year because I had to be able to pay for like all my stuff and whatnot. And yeah, so I was working my senior year since I was 16, and then
yeah, you worked.
I already met the extracurriculars, like all the classes. So I had the option, because I could have graduated if I would have taken like 3 classes my junior year. I could have graduated early, but I didn't decide to do that because I wanted to experience senior year. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm just going to take the 3 classes I need to graduate. And then the rest of the classes, I'm just going to fill up with random stuff. Like, I had choir, I had
the extracurricular stuff.
That
was like, didn't really have to.
Yeah, I had stagecraft. I did.
I should have done that too. I feel like that would have been fun.
And then I had the career class, which the career class allowed you to leave school early and you just had to bring in your pay stub from your job.
Oh, wow.
And then you would be able to leave earlier.
That's pretty cool.
For that. But I think it was like I had like one class in the day or whatever left over. So I didn't really like leave early per se. Most of the time I would just stay and like do other stuff.
Yeah.
Like tutoring, because Lord knows I needed that.
Bro. Yeah, and tutoring actually helped sometimes. Like, I didn't do it enough as much as I should have, but I did it a ton during my sophomore year, I think, my freshman year. It was pretty good.
My close friend, she also had that schedule because she was doing dual enrollment, so she was going to Valencia.
Yeah, I know.
And then once that happened, baby.
Damn. Yo, the dual enrollment thing.
It was like, I would leave school.
It was a half school day. Literally.
Yeah, I would skip like
that was
2
probably
classes.
worth it. I should have done that, honestly.
That
would have helped.
Bro, I skipped 2 classes all the time, and I would leave early. We had a security guard at the exit of the school that would check.
I feel like sometimes they weren't even
check
looking.
the students if they're leaving, like the school or whatever, if they had dual enrollment, whatever the case.
What's funny? What would they do if you just kept driving? Because my friends did that multiple times. They just keep driving. Yeah. You don't stop. They don't
I would hide in the back of my friend's car under blankets and stuff. I hid in her trunk before. And I remember the lady one time, like, she asked her to open her trunk,
bro. What is it? The border?
And I was thankfully I was in the back seat, and I was like
border patrol. Like, is that serious at a school?
Yo, and yeah, so she would check the car and like try to see. She didn't touch anything though. She would just like take a look, and the back seat always worked, and I was fine. And then I would be out of school. We went down that road. We hit the part, the end where like intersects with Rouse. I will come out the back and just go the front, and then we would hit up Chick-fil-A.
Dude.
Now we would go for Milkshake Fridays, and funniest thing ever. Now my parents had no idea what was going on. They didn't. Oh my God, I remember this. Over a year. Over a year. They didn't know like I had skipped class. I would forge their signature.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to say like before.
In second grade or first grade,
you realize like I
would forge for other people. You did that like for me. I had other people come to me at school and they'd be like, "Hey, I heard that you forged signatures," and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I was literally that person,
bruh. Like, and it's sad to think that back then we could just do that. Like it was that easy. Why would you have so much anxiety about doing it yourself? It's because most kids don't know cursive. If you know how to write in cursive and you can do it well, they won't know the difference.
Yeah, they won't. Yeah. But so I did that. My parents didn't know for the longest time what was going on. They just didn't catch on. It was fine. And I'm at Chick-fil-A. It's packed. Like Milkshake Fridays were a big deal.
That was awesome.
The Chick-fil-A line would be insane.
Well, it was a free large milkshake. Yeah, you bought a large milkshake.
You bought a large milkshake.
And you get a free
chicken sandwich.
Because we didn't even care about the fries.
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome.
And so that was every Friday.
I forgot about that.
And
oh my God.
Me and my friend, we were like, let's go get freaking Chick-fil-A.
That was a good freaking like sales tactic.
So we were standing in line, and I remember hearing next guest, and then I hear this guy, and he's like, I'd like cookies and cream, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, bro, this voice sounds so familiar. Like, because it was like making me itch a little bit, and I was like, you know, it was my dad. And I like
hilarious.
He was like 3 people in front of us. And if you see funny. there's like 4 lane, like 4 people, like cashiers or whatever lined up, or 3. And so the way it was set up, someone was taking his order, took his order, and then they say again, next guest.
Yeah.
Me and my friend walk to the cashier. My dad locks eyes with me. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm in so much trouble.
Didn't you not care though?
he was like,
I couldn't remember.
And the thing is that my friend knows my dad. Like, my dad knows my friend because we hang out all the time. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't even approach me first. He approaches her first. And he says, hey, what are you guys doing here? He's like, you driving? What are you guys doing here? And I was like, I felt so bad for her because I knew that she really cared. And she was like,
that's funny.
She was like laughing nervously. She's
Dad
like,
was like, whatever about
she's
it.
She's like, we just wanted some Chick-fil-A. And he's like, yeah, you're supposed to be in school. And I was like, oh no, she goes to Valencia, so chill. I'm supposed to be in school.
It's not like he
sorry. Like, I was literally like, sorry, Dad. Like, you know, I'm supposed to be in school. I understand. I'm just trying to live a little. Like, I didn't even sugarcoat it. I was like, I'm just trying to live a little. Please don't tell Mom. Because I knew if he told my mom, I would be freaking dead.
I wonder,
and
like,
I was like, please make me that promise. It's my senior year. Just, you know, let me live, Dad. Like, you know that I follow the rules. Like, I'm so strict on myself. Please just let me live. And he was like, you know what? Okay, but I don't want you to do it again. You did it. Don't do it again.
Yeah, because Dad.
I saw my dad several times after that.
Oh man!
Literally at Chick-fil-A, and every time he was like, "Again? Are you serious?" And I was like, "Just living my life. I'll see you at home soon."
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where he was so used to seeing me that I didn't even have to kill time before getting home because school, like, to make sure school was over. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to show up at home late and be like, "Oh yeah, I just got a ride from practice." Like
isn't it?
I didn't even have to cover it up.
Isn't it funny how high the chances were of running into like our own parents just because of how our dad would be out all the time, like during the day, and because he was always like doing stuff, and the fact that we lived in like this small area where like everyone was always at the same stores.
To this
everybody
day,
that went to school, our parents, our friends' parents, like everybody would always be at the same stores.
If I go to like the stores nearby, like I know for a fact I'm gonna see,
bro, and my old friends will tell me that they saw, I saw your dad at Walmart. It's always at Walmart.
He has a routine, and it's funny because you have like the GPS trackers, which, you know, that came in handy.
Yo, it did, man, and for good use,
for great use,
and I'm happy that it worked.
Yeah, so he has like 2 GPS trackers you can put.
I got one now.
Well, but you can put under a car, and then you can
track magnetic. And it's
location.
Like hard. It's like super strong.
Yeah, and so we thought about. I was like, wouldn't it be funny? Because you were talking about it too. You were like, I really want to like track Mom and Dad, like see what they do.
Yeah, just see where they go.
See where they go. And I was like, honestly, that would be the most boring thing ever. Because you know they would just go to like the store Walmart, and then come home.
Bravo.
Like
gas.
Yeah.
And then Dad, like, I don't know, maybe Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme.
Like, he wouldn't say anything. And he'd probably
freaking McDonald's for frappes.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Holy crap. Oh, I was going to say before too, like, because you were talking about school. Damn. But you were talking about school, and remember when Linda, it's uneven. It bothers me.
Oh.
Nah, it's just an OCD thing. I'm just like, it's like if I had mine like this.
I didn't notice because I spilled stuff on myself, so.
No, I got you. I just think it's funny. But Linda, remember when she got stopped by a cop? Even though she was 18, she wasn't even in high school anymore. They thought she was supposed to be in school.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was like just at Blanchard hanging out. And she was like 19 or 20. But they thought that she was supposed to be in like a middle school or something, right?
Was really funny,
wasn't it? Like she literally said she got stopped by a cop and they like pulled up because she was hanging out in the park on the playground. Weren't you with her though?
I feel like I was.
And I think you were allowed to be off because Mom let you Mom let you skip school. They were like, oh yeah, you guys can hang out because Linda will take you to the park and you guys were going to hang out and have like a day.
Something like that.
And then when you were at the park, like on the swings,
I remember
Linda said that, that the cops came up. It was just a cop. And she said it was not, he was nice, but he was just like, aren't you supposed to be somewhere? Like same type of thing. And she's like, I'm actually like over age. And then she showed her ID and he's like, oh, all right. Like keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
It's too funny.
So
too funny. Well, if you guys came this far,
thank you so much
for watching.
Truly.
Hope you enjoyed our little conversations.
Yeah.
And
A little bit shorter today.
a little bit shorter today.
But it's nice. Hopefully it was chock full of entertainment.
Yes. Take care. Like. Subscribe.
Comment.
Hit the notification bell.
Yeah, man. Let us know what you like about this. Still haven't got any comments. But it's going to happen at some point.
It's going to happen one day.
And if
we're going to celebrate the comment.
Yeah, if you know us, don't comment because that's not fair.
Yeah,
I want
that's
it to
not
be
organic.
genuine. It has to be organic. I want it to be someone, if you're watching right now, and if we're connecting to you, if you're looking into my eyes, look into the eyes.
Right? You don't know us. We're total strangers.
If you connect with us and you feel us, just let us know.
Just let us know, please.
Yeah. And let us know what you would like us to, I don't know, maybe if there's stuff you want us to talk about, I guess, or if not, we'll just keep talking, I guess, talking. Right? So who cares?
Yeah.
But if you want something specific, let us know. We're happy to test out a couple things.
Question, whatever.
All right. See y'all later.
See ya.
Peace.